Hello YouTube. Alright, today we've got a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2006. It's got a Hemi engine in it, 4-wheel drive. We got a ball joint problem on this guy right here. On the bottom, ball joint right down there. We got to change that little guy. So we're going to go after this and see what we can do. I've already changed one side, so hopefully this side will be a little bit easier to change. So I'm going to be kind of taking a video on and off, so you can kind of see what's going on. I'm not going to record the entire thing, but I'll just show you bits and pieces of what I do. Alright, enjoy. Okay, ball joints actually right back up in there. Probably didn't show it very good earlier. Got to change that old guy. I was trying to get it aligned, and they wouldn't align it because those joints were a little bit loose, they said. So I'm going to pop this tire off here and then get after it. That was loud. Alright, time to take the tire off. By chance, if you guys don't have the right tools to do this, which I didn't have, I didn't have the right nut for that, which I believe it's 36 millimeter, and actually, no, let's see, I did 38, actually. I said 36, and I picked up 38. It's 36. Alright, so it's 36 right there. This was from AutoZone. I also picked up the tool to get that bolt joint out as well, and I'll show you that here in a moment. Alright, done deal. It's got a little washer in there. It spins on the nut. Pretty cool. Set that guy aside. Not exactly, but I think it'll work. It's a 7/8. Just a little loose, so I don't think that's quite accurate. Oops, that's tightened. Oh my God. Oh, and I decided to make a rookie mistake, and, well, you need really jack stands under this thing, because all I have is that under there, not good. So I put concrete blocks under it. Make sure you put the concrete blocks like this. Strongest, if you rotate them the other way, it'll just crack that, and you're toast. So, put those under there to kind of help keep that going on. So what I'm doing is I'm taking off the bolts down there for the brake. So we'll get that off here in a second. You don't want it to hang on this because it'll break that sure as the world. And I'm going to have to do something with it. That's not going to work. I don't know what I did last. Okay, I'll be alright. Alright, well, decided to use my old trusty tackle box there and put that on there. Alright, so now we got to this point right here. Let's take this bolt off right here, take that bolt off. That holds the sway bar and then the shock bolt. We'll get that done. And I'll be right back. Oh, one tip. Don't take that off until you get the shock off. Let's do that first. Alright, before you take off the sway bar right here, there's a lot of tension on it. I'm going to take off the shock. Nuts on this other side over here, so I'm going to be swapping the camera so you can see that. Alright, change of plans real quick. I went ahead and took that bolt out of the sway bar, and there wasn't much tension on it, because I thought that was maybe why it was keeping me from getting the bolt out from the shock right here. Well, we'll try that again, see if we can get it out. I don't know what's going to go. Maybe some brute force here. Brute force time. Use the old axe. There it goes. Aha! I can actually pull it out. There she blows. I'm gonna help this out next time. Lube on it. I'm just using silicone. Okay, got that loose. Right, things are moving a little bit more freely now. Okay, now the hard part. Everything's loose. All this. Now you can kind of see your boot there too. See what your boot looks like. Looks good. Now I got to get that off right here. This was a little tricky to do, so what I did on the last time, I put something under the bolt, put a lot of weight on here, banged on it, finally it popped off. So we're going to give that a shot. Alright, so I could have used this silly bob right here. That's a ball joint separator, and tried to wedge it in underneath there. Last time I tried that, it took forever. It took forever to wedge that in up underneath there, like right in that area, because I couldn't really get in it. So this time I decided to put a piece of board on a concrete block, kind of wedge it down in there, and I just beat on it on top with my good old sledgehammer, and pop, it just popped right through. So there we go, we're done on that. So I'll remove this down here, and we'll see if we can get that loose down there. So, alright, now that we've got that popped off, I've got the concrete block out of the road. So here's the deal now, is that getting that bolt out right there with the drive shaft in the way. Well, last time I didn't take that nut off and knock the drive shaft out and pop that off really easily. So we're going to do this a little differently. We're going to pop this thing through. Oh, and there's my cat, Cooper. Hey Cooper, what you doing, buddy? You're supposed to be inside. What are you doing outside? Alright, so we'll pop that off here in a second. Right now. As soon as I can get my... Oh, that's one tough puppy. Alright. I think it wasn't coming out because it was hidden back here. And back there. So, it's out now. And once you do that, you should be able to take it out. Hey, look at that. Ooh. Alright, we'll switch the camera around so you can see what's going on this side. Give them light. Camera switch. Behind the back. Smooth move. Sorry. Not tuned too good here. We got hooked up. Alright, as you can see, it's out now. Now we're gonna take this jewel off here. Which is not easy to do, I will tell you that. Alright. But I had to do some things to get this done. Since I'm not taking that off up there, this isn't bad. At least it wasn't. Hopefully it's still not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pry this thing around, get this shock arm on the other side of this arm right here, kind of holds it back out of the road, and that way I can get to this and use my little clamp thing that I'm going to show you here in just a moment on that. So let's see if I can use some brute force on this guy. Alright. Alright, next tool I'm using is this guy right here. This is a OEM ball joint press. Got it from AutoZone. Right. Oh, and to show you what we're actually replacing. Break into this bad boy here. Oops, put it in the ground. It's in the, but there it is. To get in there. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, let's get this bad boy out. See what we can do with it. It's got threads on one end and such. No threads on the other end. So we're going to be hooking it up underneath like this, putting a sleeve under there and a sleeve on top with the pin going down. It'll push that down through the top there. And I don't think this one has a clip on it. No, it looks like it's just kind of pressed in there. Alright. So, here we go. Let's see what we can do. This will be fun. Maybe. Alright, I had to do something a little different here. See if I can show you. First of all, concrete blocks underneath to keep that thing from moving down. And when I use this right here, I just had to put that pin directly on top. And it wouldn't move, so I just sledgehammered the top of that right there, and it popped it down through. And so now I'm tightening it down, and it should push it all the way through. So if you guys just chill, I'll get it down in there, and we'll see how it goes here. It's getting much looser. It's like really coming out now. Matter of fact, it may come out by itself. I think it just did. I think it just popped out. Awesome. Almost. Let's give it a little tap here. Oh. Alright. There we go. I think what was holding it, there were little clips on the sides right there that were pressed out, holding it down to keep going from going down. So anyways, there we go. I can feel some movement in it, so I see why they wanted me to change it, because I couldn't align it. It kind of moves. I doubt the new one does. Something on this new one too is that this appears to be smooth. I don't know if it normally was like that. This has grooves in it. You see the grooves. Also, it has a lock nut on it. The other one did not have a lock nut. So now we got to get this in there. That's going to be fun. Alright, I'll get this thing set up again, come back. Alright, so here's what I did. I used the middle version of this ring, which kind of hit on that outside ring right there, so it will push up, and then used one of those little other rings on top there. So when I tighten it down, it should pull it up now. Let's see if that works. Maybe. Let's see. Get my camera back in order. There we go. Alright, I had a hard time getting that thing on there. Our little tool just wanted to only go certain far, and then you had to get it on past that. So I used this little block right there and basically wedged a board up against the shock so that arm wouldn't move, lowered the Jeep down a little bit so it put pressure on it, actually drilled a hole in this right there so the bolt would go through a little bit, and banged on it right there. You can see where I banged on it, and that allowed it to compress up to where it needs to be. So I'm going to raise it back up, hopefully put it all back together, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, having one terrible time trying to get this thing in here. I fought with it, trying to figure out how to get that bolt to go in that hole right there, because the drive shaft hits the lower control arm right there, and you can't raise it up anymore because the shock is kind of in the way there, but it really doesn't help to do that. I I just kind of wiggled it and jiggled it and all this kind of stuff, and finally I got it to where I needed to go. And I did put this piece of wood under there to hold that lower control arm up, and then also I moved the steering arm here out of the road because it was hitting this right there, not allowing me to turn it. But once I did that and kind of turned this toward the front here a little bit, it allowed me to kind of move it over, and then it went down in there. And so I'm hoping now, once I knock this board out, that it will go down in there. Get better. Otherwise, I got a problem. Let's get this out of the road. Let's see. Let's don't go that way. Let's go this way. And it looks like, yes, it went in. Okay, hopefully I don't hurt the threads. Better not hurt the threads. I'm going to try to get it all kind of smashed up back together here. Probably have to raise this up, it looks like, to get that bolt to go down in there, and then we'll put the nut on here. Alright, so we'll give that a try here. Let's put this guy down. Give this a whirl. Maybe you guys can see that whole light falling in. Alright, now that I got that nut on to a certain point here, you can see it. And I'm thinking it was just rusty on the outside and it just didn't want to go on there. So now that I got it on, that nut a little bit past the, the bolt there, it's going on a little bit easier. So we'll just go in and maybe do a little time lapse on this thing right here. Quarter of the way. So I had to use this breakover bar with this big old pole, give me some leverage to do it, because man, it didn't want to move. been a while, my son says. Okay, so we got that on, that on. We got the new boot, or the new ball joint thing on the bottom here on. That's on, good. Alright, everything's good, that's on. And that's on. We just gotta put the tire on, guys. I think we're finished. Yay. Then we get the test run. And if we die, oh well. I'll get fine. I don't know why this thing is. Goodness. What is up with this thing? Wow, it looks like it's stripped it almost. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Looks like it's stripped.